You walk into a room and something shifts. A few glances linger, a smile appears, then quickly hides. You don't chase, you don't brag. But somehow, women notice you, and silently hope you notice them too. You don't need loud charm to be a secret crush. You need presence, mystery, depth. This isn't about being everyone's boyfriend, it's about being the man she thinks about when she's alone. Let's uncover the 7 subtle signs that you're the kind of man women admire quietly and secretly want more of. Sign 1. Women light up around you, then pretend they didn't. There's something magnetic about a man who doesn't try too hard. And if you're the kind of man women secretly crush on, the first sign is how their energy shifts the moment you walk into the room, even if they try to hide it seconds later. You might notice it in how their posture straightens, how their tone softens when they talk to you, how their face lights up just for a flash when they spot you nearby. That spark? It's real, and it's involuntary. Here's the key. They'll often try to cover it up. She may look away quickly, act distracted, or suddenly start a conversation with someone else. Not because she's not interested, but because she is. She doesn't want to give herself away. When a woman secretly likes you, she becomes hyper-aware of your presence. Even small interactions feel loaded. If you compliment her, she'll remember it for days. If you tease her, she'll replay it in her head with a smile. If you make eye contact, her heartbeat skips and then she might nervously glance down. And it's not just one woman, it's a pattern. Different woman, different situations, same reaction. They warm up when you're near. Their body opens up. They lean in. And then they pull back, just slightly, trying not to show how much you affect them. They laugh louder when you're around. Their friends glance at you when she's talking. She fixes her hair, adjusts her necklace, or straightens her clothes when you walk in it for everyone else. But for you, it's a dance between desire and discretion. Being a secret crush means you're in her thoughts more than you realize, but her pride, fear, or timing keeps her from confessing it. So instead, she gives you this silent performance, bright smiles she pulls back, interest she hides beneath politeness, and warmth she hopes you'll feel without needing her to say a word. Sign 2. Her friends act strange around you because they know she likes you. Sometimes it's not her actions that give it away, it's her friends' behavior. They giggle when you speak. They nudge her when you're near. And suddenly, you realize, you're the secret she's not ready to say out loud. When a woman secretly has a crush on you, she might try to keep her feelings hidden, but her friends, they're terrible at pretending. Watch what happens when you walk into the room where she and her girls are sitting. Do the conversations pause? Do a few glances shift toward her? Does one of them smile at you a little too knowingly? That's your first clue. Girls talk. And if she's into you, chances are they already know everything. They know what she said about your voice. They've read the messages she drafted and deleted. They've listened to her wonder if you looked at her for a reason. And now, when you show up, they can't unsee it. That's when the awkward fun begins. They start acting extra nice to you, suspiciously nice. Or they tease her in front of you, dropping little hints that make her eyes go wide with panic. You might hear jokes like, "Oh, she talks about you all the time. Here comes your favorite person. Why are you blushing?" And she'll react instantly, shushing them, laughing nervously, avoiding your eyes, or even rolling her eyes with a fake annoyed face because they just exposed something she wasn't ready for you to know. Sometimes her friends won't say anything at all, but you'll feel it in how they watch her reaction to you. They glance between you two with raised eyebrows, or they mysteriously disappear and leave you both alone on purpose. Why? Because they've been hearing about you in group chats, late-night phone calls, and over coffee dates. They know you're the guy she's been daydreaming about, and they can't help but root for it to happen. In fact, if her friends start hyping you up in front of her, calling you charming, funny, or such a gentleman, they're doing more than giving compliments. They're building the bridge for her to admit what she's too shy to say. So remember, when women are hiding a crush, they can stay composed. But their friends? They're the leaky faucet in her plan to keep it secret. All you have to do is pay attention. Sign 3. She remembers the smallest details about you, even things you forgot. You casually mentioned your favorite childhood snack on sand weeks later. She brings it up. You talked about a tough day, and she checks in days later. She's not just listening. She's holding on to you, piece by piece. When a woman secretly likes you, she does something quietly powerful. She remembers, not the obvious things, not the kind of facts anyone could recall after a surface conversation. No, she remembers the tiny things you didn't even think mattered. Because to her, they do. It might be the way you like your coffee, or the name of your dog, or how you once said you don't like birthday celebrations because of something from your past. These details don't just stick, they linger in her mind. Because when she has a secret crush on you, she starts collecting moments like memories. And the reason is simple. You're meaningful to her even if she hasn't told you yet. So, how do you spot this sign? Pay attention to what she brings up in conversations. Does she reference something from weeks ago that you barely recall saying? Does she remember a story you told in passing and ask how it turned out? Does she surprise you by showing interest in things you only mentioned once? This isn't just attentiveness. It's emotional investment, and she's doing it without trying to impress you. She's doing it because you've already impressed her. This kind of memory is different from a friend's casual interest. There's depth to it. It's intentional. You'll feel it when she says things like, "Did you end up getting that job you mentioned? You love mango lassi, right? Isn't your brother's birthday this week?" She stores those bits of you because she's emotionally attached even if she's never said a word. And here's the deeper truth. Remembering you makes her feel closer to you even in silence, even if you're not dating, even if she has no idea how you feel. Holding on to your details is her secret way of keeping you close. So if you ever catch her bringing up something that even you forgot saying, smile. Because to her, that small thing was a big moment. That's what women do when they secretly admire someone. They see you fully. And they make space for your world inside theirs. Sign 4. She acts cool around you but gets awkward around other women near you. She's calm, collected, maybe even a little playful when it's just you two. But the moment another woman shows up and gets too close, her energy shifts. And if you're paying attention, you'll feel it. One of the strongest signs you're a woman's secret crush isn't just how she acts with you, it's how she behaves when other women are around you. See, when she has feelings but hasn't expressed them, she lives in this silent space between desire and restraint. She wants you but doesn't want to look desperate, so she keeps it cool until competition steps in. Now watch closely. You're talking to another girl, laughing, maybe complimenting her or giving her attention. Suddenly, the woman who usually engages you so naturally becomes distant, quiet, or even awkward. She might cross her arms, look down at her phone, join another conversation. Or she might overcompensate, laughing louder, throwing in a joke, or suddenly becoming very friendly to prove she's unbothered. But that change in behavior, that energy shift, it's not accidental. It's jealousy without a label. And it usually comes from a place of deep inner conflict. Why do I feel this way if we're not even a couple? Why do I care who he's talking to? Why am I suddenly nervous? Because the truth is, when a woman secretly wants you, even watching another woman casually talk to you can stir discomfort. Not because she doesn't trust you, but because she doesn't yet know where she stands with you. And that uncertainty hurts more than rejection. If you're observant, you'll spot these tiny signs. Her tone becomes flatter. Her laughter disappears. She suddenly avoids eye contact. Or she starts joking about you and that other woman trying to hide her true emotions behind sarcasm. And sometimes, she'll even leave the room just to regain her composure. She won't confront you. She won't act possessive. But inside, she's wondering, does he notice how this makes me feel? And here's the irony. She's not mad at the other woman. She's mad at herself for catching feelings she swore she'd keep hidden. So, if you notice this energy shift when other women are around, don't ignore it. It's not drama. It's not insecurity. It's a signal. Because deep down, she sees you as more than just a friend. And even if she hasn't said a word, her silence is starting to sound like hope. Sign 5. She gets nervous when you compliment her but can't stop smiling. You tell her she looks beautiful, and suddenly, she's blushing, looking down, or fumbling her words. But behind the awkwardness is a glow she just can't hide. When a woman doesn't have feelings for you, compliments are received with gratitude or casual appreciation. She might say, "thank you," and move on without much reaction. But when you're her secret crush, even the smallest compliment feels like an emotional earthquake. You say something kind, maybe even just playful, and instantly, her energy shifts. Her cheeks flush. She bites her lip or touches her face. She avoids eye contact or laughs nervously. Her words suddenly become jumbled or delayed. And yet, through all of it, she can't stop smiling. That's the magic of emotional tension. Your words mean more than you realize, because in her mind, she's been waiting for moments like this. She's imagined what it would feel like to be seen by you, admired by you, even if she never dared to ask for it. So when it finally happens, her body reacts before her mind can control it. It's not about vanity. It's about validation coming from the one person she's quietly been hoping would notice her. But there's another layer here too. A woman who secretly likes you will often try to downplay her reaction. She might laugh it off, change the subject, or even tease you back. But don't be fooled by her cool exterior. If you notice her stealing glances at you afterward, fidgeting with her hands, or seeming a little more floaty the rest of the day, you've touched something deeper than her ego. You've touched her heart. Compliments hit differently when they come from someone you care about. And when she's secretly crushing on you, even the smallest praise, your voice is calming. You always know what to say. You look amazing. Today becomes a moment she replays again and again. She won't admit that. Not yet. But you'll know by the way her guard drops for a second. By the way her eyes light up, even as she tries to hide it. By the way your words echo inside her longer than they should. So if she gets awkward, flustered, and glowing when you say something kind, assume she's just shy. It might be the only moment her heart almost says what her lips still won't. Sign 6. She tries to impress you without making it obvious. She suddenly mentions her goals, achievements, or talents, but casually. She dresses her best when you're around, but acts like she just threw it on. She's not bragging, she's hoping you'll see her, the way she sees you. When a woman secretly has a crush on you, she enters a beautiful contradiction. She doesn't want to come off as desperate. But she also wants you to notice her, what she's about, what she values, and why she's worth your attention. So what does she do? She starts subtly trying to impress you while pretending she's not. You'll notice it in how she talks about herself. She might casually drop that she runs her own business, that she's learning a new language, that she's traveled alone, or read a life-changing book. It'll sound spontaneous, but it's not random. She's placing pieces of herself on the table, hoping you'll pick one up and say, "That's amazing." You'll also notice it in how she shows up. Maybe she suddenly changes her look, polished, confident, glowing. Her hair's styled. Her scent is just right. Her outfit seems effortless, but somehow perfect. And when you compliment her, she might shrug and say, "Oh, this? I wasn't sure it even matched." But inside, she's praying you'd notice. She's not trying to be fake. She's not trying to impress you the way someone with a big ego would. She's doing it because she wants to feel seen by you. She wants you to see her potential, her elegance, her depth. She wants you to see her as more than just nice. She wants to be unforgettable. And she does it all under a cloak of nonchalance, because if you don't respond, she can pretend it didn't matter. But if you do, if you show genuine appreciation or interest, she'll carry that moment with her like a secret win. Here's the beautiful part. A woman doesn't put this much thought and effort into someone she doesn't care about. So when she starts shining a little brighter in your presence, when she casually shares her wins, when she dresses with quiet intention, it's not for the world. It's for you. That's how you know. You're not just someone she likes. You're someone she wants to be her best forven if she hasn't said it out loud. Sign 7. She looks at you when she thinks you're not looking. Her eyes find you in a crowded room, but the moment you turn, she looks away. She watches you laugh, listen, move, not because she's bored, but because she's captivated. If there's one universal truth about having a secret crush, it's this. We stare when we think no one will notice, especially when the feelings run deep, but the words haven't caught up. When a woman secretly likes you, one of her purest, most vulnerable signs is how often her gaze finds you in silence. She might glance up from across the room, thinking you're too distracted to see her. She'll observe you while you talk to others, studying your expressions, your energy, your laughter. She'll sneak those little moments where she's not engaging but absorbing you. It's not calculated. It's not even conscious most of the time. It's instinct. A quiet form of admiration. What she won't dote, least not open lice, maintain eye contact if she's caught. Instead, she'll look away, fast, pretend she was gazing off in thought, or act as if she was never looking at you at all. But her timing gives it away. Because these glances often come when something about you draws her in: your smile, your voice, the way you speak with kindness or confidence. She's watching for those traits that make her feel something. And when she finds them, her eyes follow. Sometimes it'll happen multiple times in one setting. You'll feel that someone is watching. You'll look up and catch her in the middle of that 1-second pause, that blink of closeness, right before she turns away and pretends to be unfazed. That's not awkwardness. That's a heart speaking through the eye sand, then hiding out of fear you heard it too loudly. Women who secretly admire a man often memorize him before ever confessing it. They learn your gestures, your mannerisms, your quiet habits. Because to her, being close even visually is an experience she cherishes more than she admits. So next time you catch her looking and turning away, don't dismiss it. You didn't imagine that spark. That wasn't just coincidence. It was a silent confession. And if it happens again, if her gaze keeps returning, even when she's pretending not to notice you, then trust this. You're not just someone she sees, you're someone she can't stop seeing.